Game On is brought to you by the Bucks County Community College.
Hello, welcome to our on-campus With Game On football show. I'm your host, Jeff Beideman, and joining me here are Renee Washington, Drew Markol, and Jen Wielgus. And this week, we find ourselves at Bucks County Community College enjoying a beautiful day on campus. And you know, while we've been graced, let's say for the last month or so with beautiful weather here in the fall, I mean, my goodness, it feels like late summer, early fall. It actually is really close to playoff time. We're 2 weeks out here until the games really get real. And Drew, as usual, we have quite a few teams that are looking like they're in a really good spot come playoff time.
Jeff, I know it's mid-October, but I could see at least 4 teams with a really good shot at winning district titles. I like Upper Moreland in 5A in District 1. I think Wood will win another District 12 5A title. Yeah, I think they will. I think Palisades is going to win a District 11 3A title, and New Hope Salisbury's got a legit shot in 3A in District 1. I mean, having 4 district champs, you know, and there could be others. I mean, that's pretty good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a pretty good.
6A is still pretty open here,
6A
too.
absolutely is.
You don't think North Penn will repeat?
I don't think they have the defense to repeat. Could they get to the semifinals? Yeah. Could they win a semifinal? Maybe. I don't know if they can win a final, though.
You mentioned defense. The teams that I would say that are in a good spot, I mean, obviously not, I don't think are going to win district championships, but are the teams with defenses that have impressed me.
Hello,
Pennsbury
Right.
and Penridge. Pennsbury and Penridge. I mean, those, you know, Penridge has had a...
Yeah, they take the lesser teams too
knack
lightly.
for playing down to their competition.
Yeah, they have, exactly.
But I know, I mean, with a guy like Nick Tarburton on your defense, I mean, you just...
That doesn't hurt.
Right. There's that intimidation factor. And I mean, Pennsbury, we talked about them last week. I don't need to belabor that point.
Yeah, and also on the other side, there are some teams with some strong offenses, and one that comes to mind is Upper Moreland. And I have to mention them so I can cover my own butt here because I don't want to get attacked again. But I noticed when they played Quakertown, which is a game that we all knew was going to be tight, they really dominate that game, and it was because of how strong their offense is, and their defense comes in and can hold teams and get big stops. But offensively, I saw Sterling Barr go down, and the Quakertown coaches and parents were like, oh, finally. Caleb Mead steps right in, runs it in for a touchdown. I mean, there's no player on their offense in general that is weak. You have their quarterback
They are like
is
the
strong.
running back high school.
Right, exactly.
They really
and they
are.
have a lot
Mead's
of
only a
depth.
junior, too. So.
Right. And a lot of guys that are juniors and seniors now that have put in the time, and they're hungry to continue to go undefeated and win a district title.
And Drew, you mentioned New Hope Salisbury. That's big. If they could win a district title, because that doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't.
Nearly every year.
And for Palisades, too. And
True.
to Renee's point
Absolutely.
about, you look at the Upper Moreland offense, look at that Palisades defense. They're in the first half of their first 8 games, they've allowed 16 points.
Yeah, that's
16.
incredible.
It's really something else. Hey, and it's 6A. Don't forget about CB South.
All
They're
the
in a very
CBs
good spot.
have a shot
and I'll tell you
to
what,
get in.
CB West and Quakertown in particular.
Yes.
One more win, I think, for both of them, and I think they're in. And
Yeah.
also, Bristol. Don't forget about
can't
Bristol.
forget about Bristol.
Don't forget about Bristol. So, all right, Jen, you know what? It's really easy to take a look at the brackets and see who's in a good spot. Who are some programs that are on the bubble that need to do some winning here the last 2 weeks?
Well, Truman.
Yeah.
Truman's on a little skid here. I mean, I don't think anybody expected them to get shut out by Abington, a team that struggled early on, and we kind of all wrote them off, Abington. And here they are.
They're there.
They
But
go
boy, do they
to
have a tough
Truman
path.
on a Saturday night, and they shut them out. And so Truman's on a little losing streak here, and you know that they see that those playoffs coming along, and it's crunch time now.
Yeah, it really is.
And so again, we've talked about it numerous times. That Ben Salem game,
Yes.
that end of the season game,
It's amazing. Just like last year.
just like last year, both of those teams are going to have a lot riding on that game because Ben Salem is a team that's on the bubble looking in. You know,
Yeah.
I think they win their Council Rock North game this week, and then, you know, the gloves come off.
Right.
Yeah,
that
and that's a
final
team
week.
we've talked about, Ben Salem, a lot, starting off so strong, and then they kind of these last few weeks have tailed off a little bit, and they've lost some games. And even in talking to the players and coaches, they were disappointed in how they've been playing recently because they know that they have to win every game. So this game against Council Rock North is huge, and then that Truman game is going to be spectacular.
And Jeff, CB East has to beat West this week, then has to beat Penridge next week. And they could also find their way in too.
And they could do it.
They could do that.
So that's a good one to watch.
They could too.
Yeah,
Hey.
I will say though, it's good that we have these conversations because it could be the other way where we know who's in, but we still have a lot of teams that are competing for a spot in the playoffs.
Hey, Pepper Horsham
Anything
still
could
is,
happen.
and you know what? So's Morrisville. Tough path, and they need help, but Morrisville's
Yeah,
there
that's
still.
a good problem to
Gotta beat
have.
Springfield.
Absolutely. All right. That'll do it for this week's show. We'd like to thank Bucks County Community College for hosting our campus show this week. A reminder, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at HS Game On. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you Friday for Week 9's Beat the Experts show.